Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. And today I want to talk about deserving, because it's such a common thing that I see and hear, and I'm also guilty to this. I thought this too, especially within the first year, when I got activated by my twin flame, when I had the recognition. And it's thinking like, but I deserve better. I deserve better, and then some divine feminine immediately choose someone else because this person treats them better. And I know, that's beautiful. And I can understand from the perspective of separation and the ego mind, and from a place of how we grow up, how we are taught about romance and relationships. But this journey goes way deeper than that, and everybody who's watching this video knows this. You can look for someone else, allow someone else into your life that treats you better, that you think you deserve, because you are comparing it with your masculine and his or her behavior or the situation. But then you are approaching this journey from the place of from the ego mind, from the perspective of the ego mind, and we all know that the ego mind only operates from separation consciousness, and it can co-create with soul and with unity consciousness, but that takes a lot of alignment and energy shifts and balancing. But eventually, once you committed yourself to someone else, what I see with other divine feminine is that after a while they will just start to feel that they just feel the urge and the desire to connect with soul more, with the divine, to align with your essence. And that will require for you to be honest with yourself, and it will invite you as well. Do you choose your soul and the awakening of it, or do you choose the old paradigm of relationships in which you operate from separation consciousness and you just feel comfortable with this person, but it's not a extra, it doesn't take you into the truth of what you are? Your soul got activated, it recognized itself. So it's impossible to still approach all these things in life, romance included, everything from the mind. It's now about aligning with soul, identifying with soul, and observing the ego, and not longer letting the ego sit in the driver's seat of your life. Soul wants to experience itself from truth, and only when you really choose you and you realize, like, I want to evolve in my consciousness because it feels so good, because it feels like coming home, and you start to give yourself everything that you need and deserve. You start to choose to embody what you deserve instead of looking for something or someone else outside of you, twin flame or not, to give this to you. You will start to feel so empowered. Like, you will start to love life, love self, love the divine, love soul. And that's so much more magical and powerful than going into this old paradigm of romance, because loving self and soul and life is just a next level of intimacy. And that's where the masculine will start to recognize you as well, because you are no longer looking for it outside of you, even for answers. You start to realize that you let some people in to your life because you thought you deserved it, because they treat you better than your masculine. But that was also from a place of the ego mind, from a place of separation and not wholeness. So where does this assumption that you deserve better comes from? And from which energy comes this? From wholeness of separation or separation? Is this the voice of the soul or ego mind? In my language we say of for or to compare. That's why that's why I'm misspeaking. But just know that you can try, and the ego will love this because it resists, especially at the beginning, your awakening. But you can try to allow people into your life that treat you better, that you deserve. But you will come to a point that you realize that that also starts to feel empty, not something that lifts you up because the frequency of soul is aliveness, is passion, is joy from within. You will come to a point that you feel that you can no longer expect these things from outside of yourself. And that's why it's so hard, so damn hard for the ego mind. That's why the ego loves to resist this, because it's not used to approaching life from a higher perspective or a deeper perspective, through soul, through the heart, the opening of the heart. And also consciousness and soul don't need to deserve anything, because it's based on conditions. I deserve this. I deserve to be treated in a certain way. And then I feel happy again and fulfilled again and alive again. Still separation, still the illusion, the trap of the ego minds. But that's not how truth feels like. Truth feels liberating, feels like an expansion in your chest, in your system, in your body and energy. You will be pushed or mirrored in certain situations with people or other things that will mirror you, that will help you, will invite you into you don't need that to be worthy, to be seen, to feel seen. Because you exist, you already are. And that's enough. That's the power, the gold, the light, truth, union. And yes, eventually the masculine, because you embody this, because you embody that you don't need anything, not always literally, but in the energy, because this masculine is your biggest energetic mirror. Yes, he or her, they will start to treat you the way that you treat yourself. And they always did. They always treated you the way you treated yourself. And then it's easy to say, I don't deserve their behavior. Especially in the running chaser dynamic and phase. But it's another story when the feminine is balancing inner union and the masculine, or the life of the masculine, falls apart because of this. And then it will seem like their life will fall apart, and yeah, just like I said, I'm repeating myself, but it will seem like things are even getting worse for them before it will get better. That's a phase in which you can't take anything, like everything literally, from how they treat you, because you already are treating yourself better and better. But it's just their fears playing out, their shadows that also need balance, and they just respond from this place, and then they need a lot of boundaries. Like, no, you need to set clear boundaries. But I think I will get into this more in detail in another video about setting boundaries from a place of self-respect or fear, because there's also a big difference in that as well. But I also have my balancing course, which includes the last 3 weeks of my complete course. So this balancing course is only focused on when you activate inner union, how you can balance this energy, especially also when the masculine returns as a response of this, and what is playing out in their lives as well, why they might stay quiet, or why they behave a certain way. I've already received a few beautiful reactions, like from the students of the balancing course, that it really helped them. So thank you for that. You can still, of course, purchase my both courses or my audio bundle. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and I will be back with another one, of course. Enjoy your day, beautiful souls. Much love.